I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. A pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
Just kick us off with a brief introduction. What can audiences expect from Triangle of Sadness?
A very varied film, a kind of tragicomedy, really. Some of it's very funny, some of it's very socially pertinent. It's a really enjoyable film, I think.
And can you just tell us a bit about your role in the film?
Well, I'm a 90-year-old arms manufacturer. I have made a fortune out of making hand grenades and landmines. And when I was interviewed for the film, Ruben made me improvise for half an hour as an arms manufacturer, about which I knew very little. But I kept talking. I kept pointing out the virtue of making hand grenades, how important and valuable they were. So I did my best to be awful.
And I guess if you're familiar with Ruben's work, you might have had a little bit of an inkling of what to expect.
Yes, well, I've seen The Square. That's the only film of his I'd seen.
But being on set, making the film, seeing the finished product, did it even go beyond what you expected?
Well, yes. I knew there were going to be a lot of takes. And I think our final take, he says, he took 90 takes. He was waiting for the light to change to see where it would look better. So I did get used to that, yeah. Which is very relaxing, finally, to do an average of 30 takes, yeah.
And this bit on the boat in particular, which just sort of goes beyond, what we're expecting,
Yes.
the vomiting and everything. What was it like shooting some of these scenes?
Well, the boat, of course, was Onassis's old boat. So it was covered with photographs of Jackie Kennedy and Marilyn Monroe and Winston Churchill and all that kind of thing, which I found fairly gobsmacking. So yes, it's my first and probably my last time on a luxury liner.
And what an incredible fellow cast! I mean, Woody Harrelson, Harris Dickinson, and of course,
I've admired Woody ever since Cheers. Of course, I've been a great Woody fan. Yeah.
And what do you see as some of the key themes? I mean, it really is taking a bit of a shot at privilege, at the wealthy, and then as we get towards the end, thinking, well, what are we without these, without social status, without money, when that's all stripped away?
Well, we are at the moment more aware than ever of the divergence between the rich and the poor. I mean, it's becoming more and more, and particularly as we have a Prime Minister who now wants to help the rich in the hope that their funding of new investments, the money will trickle down to the poor. The previous experience, this has not been good. Nobody has succeeded in doing that, actually. So I'm pretty sceptical about it.
Of course, the film won the Palme d'Or in Cannes, now it's in London.
Yes.
How have you made it? What have you made of the reaction?
Well, the reaction, I'm told, in various European cities and in America has been terrific. So I'm very interested to see how the audience tonight reacts to it. Whether there's a stunned silence or whether there's the odd whoop and cheer.
And can you quickly tell us what you're working on next?
Well, actually, I've been working a lot this year on writing a memoir, which is coming out in next month. So I've been doing that, yeah.
Fabulous. Well, we can't wait to read that as well. Well, thanks so much for your time. Really enjoy the evening.